So my first question for the group, and we've kind of already talked about this in past episodes, but I like to bring it up because now the situation's changed. Lamar Jackson is hurt now, and he doesn't have that new contract that we've been talking about. So my question for you guys: will Lamar still get a max deal even with this injury popping up? And another question that I want to ask is: should he have hired a professional agent to represent him? The floor is yours, guys. I want to hear your opinions.
Your first one.
Guys, the first thing I'm gonna say, guys, is hindsight is always 2020. I want you to remember that. Do I believe that Lamar Jackson will get a max deal? Yes. I do believe that he still will get a max deal. I don't believe that his value has diminished that much. In my opinion, I still believe that he has that max, quarterback value. I don't think he's going to get the level of deal like highest paid quarterback. I don't think he's going to get that money, but he will get a respectable quarterback deal. Should he have hired a professional agent? That goes back to what I was saying before, where hindsight is always 2020. Me personally, like I said, guys, you go back to the tape, guys. I'm just going to tell you what I said. What I said was that I was okay with Lamar betting on himself. I was okay with that. I was okay with him going, differentiating from the mold, things of that nature, and just saying that, hey, I'm determined to really do this thing. But when you look at it and you take all things into consideration, it's like, this season right here wasn't just him. Like and when I say that, I mean the team around him. I'm not very confident in the team that he has around him, and so now because I don't feel like he has the adequate pieces around him, I feel like he may suffer because of that, and he may get the blame because the quarterback always gets the blame. The quarterback always gets the blame when everything is going badly. The quarterback always gets the praise when everything is going well. So, hindsight being 2020, sacrificing the 10 to 15% to get the agent probably doesn't sound like a bad idea right now, because he's going to lose a lot of money because of what has been going on in this season. And it really pains me to say that. I drafted Lamar. It's not really just a fantasy football thing. Yes, I wanted Lamar to do well for me on my team, but I still want him to do well as a quarterback at the same time. So it's kind of an unfortunate situation.
Good deal, Mr. Marque. Right? What you got? What you got to say?
Plenty to say about this thing. Will he get a max deal? I agree. He'll still get a max deal. He's still an MVP quarterback. It's not many. It's one. It's plenty of those in the league, but they all on the same team. They all got max deals already, except him. Now, as far as representation, should his mom represented him? I think that's a mistake, man. I mean, your mom, of course, she's your mom. She's gonna look out what's best for you. But at the same time, the agent gonna do what's best for business. And the agent's business is Lamar Jackson. So I felt like if it were me, if it was my son, and we was getting ready going to I won the MVP, and I'm right, it's time for me to get a deal. I think I would have held out. I said we're gonna have to hold out, because I know what's my value, and my value is my legs. And if I can't run, if I get hurt, and I don't have a deal on the table, it can sabotage anything. Who knows what this knee injury could be? It could just be pacifying. It could be a small tear. We don't know. But what if it was a major ACL injury? He's out this season and next season. That max deal off the table. It's done. It's a wrap. Now, I'm with you, Davon. Like you said, his team, looking at his team, is not favorable. Like, he don't have great players on his team. Like, they really complement what he does. other than Mark Andrews. And the way I feel at this point, I don't know if the team really building around Lamar, which tells me, do they really believe in Lamar? They're actually putting the pieces around him. Because they feel like, oh, he got his legs, so we can kind of do the bare minimum because he can, he can bail us out on bad plays. If I was Lamar, it's two things I'm doing when I go to the table. I want my max deal, and then we need we got to add some players. I'm not signing until I know you bring some pieces in. If you're not gonna bring any pieces in, I'm going on the market. If somebody can take me, Because I guarantee you, it's plenty of teams that love to take Lamar Jackson as their quarterback. So, and you look at Jalen Hurts. You see what Jalen Hurts doing? Jalen Hurts not better than Lamar Jackson. It's just that Philly bought in and they know his skill set, and they got players, and they do plays that fit Jalen Hurts. And that's all. And that's all. Pretty much, I mean, when you watch Jalen play, they're just running college plays. It's not like he's not doing nothing super complicated. Now, there's no slight to him. But I'm saying he running college plays. He can run, but it works. It winning with those plays because that's what fits his quarterback. That's called coaching.
Look. That does look. This is all. Chris can't contain himself, guys. He can't contain himself.
Oh, geez.
Look. This is all I want to say, man. This is all I want to say. You know, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, like you said, man, that the Ravens may not believe in Lamar. Yeah. It's a possibility, like you outlined the case. But check this out, though. What if Lamar Jackson? What if Lamar Jackson went to Atlanta?
I love it.
Oh, it'd be the second coming of freaking Michael Vick. It'd be like Michael Vick all over again, boy.
What if he went to Atlanta?
You know what? I'll be honest. If he was in Atlanta, I may think about getting season tickets. I'll be honest with you. If he was in Atlanta,
I would go to some get. Hey,
TV, man. Look. This is what I'm going to say, Lamar. If you believe in yourself and you don't want to hire an agent, you are going to have the opportunity to go into the open market and find you a very good suitor who wants you to come to their team. There's going to be plenty of teams out there that need a quarterback. There are plenty of quarterback deficient teams out here. Trust me. Yeah. I know. There's plenty. So hey, he's gonna have an opportunity to get some money.
All right, guys. Look, I like to, we always say stats over feelings, right?
Yeah.
It's always a game. Hey, man. Hey, you'll see me in the merch soon. I got it on order, but stats over feelings. So let's go hit these stats. Lamar Jackson, courtesy of ESPN. Here's his since he's got into the league in 2018. Here's Lamar Jackson's stats. First season, 1201. I mean, he didn't get I think Flacco was still there, and they were still working between that, and then they finally let him go. So 2019, he got the reins. That's when he won his MVP. 3,127 yards, 7.8 average yards per reception, 36 touchdowns. Amazing. 2020, a significant drop, down. 26 touchdowns, significant less touchdowns. Okay. 2021, you got a little bit better, but touchdowns dropped. This year, yards dropped again. Of course, it's not the end of the season. He still got games, but we don't know how many games he's got left. So you could say this is probably his, this could be his last stats. It is because you don't know the severity of the knee injury. Right. But he's only had 17 touchdowns, only one more touchdown. What's the trend you see here? Because we like to talk about trends, especially, Vaughn is good at reading these trends because he does it all the day. He reads the 10Ks, he reads the reports these businesses have. What if you saw this report, Vaughn, as a GM?
The trend,
what would you think?
The trend is moving downward, but this goes into a situation to where I've got to think like an investor. Like that 2020 season, like yes, like he had a reduction in passing yards, but he also had a significant reduction in attempts. So like he had 401 attempts, 3,000 yards, 3,100 yards. He had 376 attempts, 2,700 yards. It's kind of a wash to me. Like, I'm not going to expect you to be an MVP every year. So I don't really have a problem. I don't really have a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? Having a like I know you're not going to give me 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I know you're not going to give me that every season. Like, that's cool. Like, I get that.
And this is just the passing game. Now you go down to the rushing game, and you got this for the rushing game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like the dude's running like a running back.
He got 1,200 yards his MVP season. Then he's got 1,000 in the year after that. Then it drops down 300 yards last season, and then
it's a good thing though for him.
Yeah, that means he's focusing more on passing, but his passing, I mean, it got a little bit better than the previous year.
But you know what? You can't. The stats tell a story, but you gotta see their record though. So like in that 2019 season, he may have to do all that because his team may have sucked. So he had to do everything.
One thing,
sometimes when your team is great, you can do less.
The one thing that I think is important, the one thing that I believe is important, that's a very important statistic is the completion percentage.
Oh, let me take it back. Yeah, completion percentage.
Look at the completion percentage. The completion percentage will kind of give you, I believe, is a better statistic in my opinion.
It's dropped. I mean, he stayed consistent in 2020, 2021. Damn near the same.
I mean, 62 on average. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
he's not over. So
yeah, and to be completely
is it
honest,
though?
That like Lamar, like he's gonna be a quarterback that's gonna give you around 60% completion percentage. Like that's what he's gonna do, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, it's just very difficult to look at this situation. Like I said, the Ravens haven't given this guy any weapons. I mean, no weapons at all. Like, I don't understand why these guys have not been drafting a wide receiver. I don't understand. My God, I don't get it. I don't understand why we don't have better running backs. Like why don't we have a better why do we have running backs that are giving us 6 attempts for 12 yards? Like why do we have that on the team? I mean, I'm trying to understand, and that's what's very painful is that, you know, I feel like he's going to get. I feel like he's going to get slided because of, you know, his particular play, which I understand is his play. I just have a problem with the weapons around him, and I feel like he has no weapons around him to help.
I can agree with that. Yeah, they're not setting him up in the position to be great. Story of a black man. What? Oh, my bad. Oh, you're not supposed to talk about that stuff on this podcast. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, man. I try to stay away from that topic when I can.
I'm all about controversy, man. Let's be real. Hey, about drama and controversy, and let's bring it on. Anyway,